Okay, so I hope you don't mind doing a lot of rolling around tonight.
No.
Great, because I'm kind of feeling very yin.
Okay.
So, yeah, so hello to whoever ends up seeing this, whether it's Paula or Ian and stuff. You can say hi.
Hi.
Okay, so let's start in a butterfly and just bring the soles of our feet. Oh, you're already with me. And just start to work the bottoms of your feet with your thumbs and fingers in whatever way feels good. And just notice any tender spots. And of course, we all go through our share of stress and sometimes at different times, but I wanted to do something kind of restorative and self-caring tonight for
All of us.
for all, yeah, well, all of us. And if you're focusing more on the soles of your feet, that's fine, but also pull along the bones of the front of the feet. And notice your breath as you're working. Do you get cold feet or do they stay pretty warm?
No, cold feet.
Me too. Okay, and then just go ahead and allow your body to fold over in whatever way is comfortable. And if you'd like your legs further away, that's fine. If you want a block to rest your head.
Oh, no, I'm okay, thank you.
So this, just for the sake of our viewers, this can be done with a bolster or any kind of support. Oh, she's here. It's not that bad. Okay, so back to, we're in a cobbler's pose. And what we did first when you were here is we worked the soles of the feet with the hands. So you might want to start that first. And then we're just doing a little yin pose of just relaxing in this position. And so whether you're working your feet or you're just resting, really start to get in touch with full breath. And when we enter yin holds like this, it's more about noticing either discomfort and making sure you're not holding too deeply in a pose, but it's also about the restlessness that we might feel in the body or the mind to move. And just notice what it's like to ignore those impulses and just be still. Just notice how, as you are still, that more and more of the body can start to just let go and unwind and kink. And you can notice your connection to the ground and how the tissues are softening upon the ground as you release to gravity. And also notice like each space between each vertebra and how certain parts of the back might feel quite open and there might be more tension in other spots. And allowing all that back tissue to kind of drape over the body like a blanket. And just be here for about another 30 seconds. You can come out of it early if you'd like. Just try to fully surrender body and mind to whatever depth you can impose. And then to come out, just use the pressure of the arms on the floor to lift the body. And then straighten the legs, we'll bounce them out. And rock them side to side. All right, and then just come into a seated position. You can be on your knees if you would prefer. I'm going to turn this way. And we're going to do some side bending, starting with the ear. So first, just sit really nice and tall on your sit bones. And feel the full length of the spine from the sit bones. So rather than kind of having your weight forward or too far back, just right over the plumb line of the body. And as your legs grow heavy and root down toward the ground, just allow your ear to start to lean towards the right or left, as if you're hearing something out there. And just keep reaching with the ear and notice what happens through the spine, maybe coming back to center and starting again. And feel the shape of the spine and how it moves as a unit to create a shape. Notice how one side of your body shortens as the other side lengthens. And then you can start to add an arm, so it's the same arm on the side that your ears are listening for. In fact, you can even start with your hand behind your ear. And let the whole side of your body start to lean now in the opposite direction. That elbow reaches up high towards the ceiling, lengthening that side of the body. Breathe there as you hold. Again, remain heavy through the legs. So the tendency, of course, is to kind of pull up on the legs. Let the legs stay rooted. And you can use a little bit of tension against your opposite knee to kind of lift through the chest. Another deep breath there. Good. And then to come out, I want you to keep going in that direction. And then around to the front. And back up. And then just feel that side we've worked, any sensation, any aliveness or length compared to the unworked side. And then we start with the ear on the other side. Just notice it might be quite different. Going back and forth from center to reaching out and up with the ear. Noticing how the breath may help or hinder if you're not breathing. Noticing the side that's now shortening and the side of the body that's lengthening as the spine begins to make that unified shape. You can start to reach up with the hand around the ear, reaching up with the elbow into space, deepening the shortening, deepening the lengthening, using the pressure of hand against knee for a little more opening of the chest forward. Breathing into the rib cage. Deep breaths as you hold. Nice, and another deep breath here. And then we'll round forward over to the other side and then forward to come out. Take your time so you feel everything as you go. And then just notice how you feel now on both sides of the body. So we're going to interlock the fingers in front and have the thumbs together. So we're kind of our focus is on the thumbs as they're held right out in front. And just focus on the thumbs or right beyond the thumb. And here, we're going to hold the arms here for some time. So just start to feel, you want to make sure that your shoulders are plugged back into the arm sockets. So you're not reaching awkwardly away, but everything's back in its socket. The shoulder blades are coming together somewhat. That's going to provide some support. See if you can rest the arms on that support of the shoulder blades so that your arms aren't rigid and stiff or locked. And as we hold and the arms may grow tired, see if you can readjust, replug maybe the shoulders in, shift or change how the shoulder blades are positioned. Maybe loosen or even tighten the grip in the hands. And use your breath to carry you forward even as it gets challenging. Now, what we're going to start to do is we're going to lift the arms overhead as we breathe in. And then exhale and bring them back down. Okay, so we're just going to repeat that for several minutes. Your eyes can be open or closed. Notice as things start to tighten or get a little tired. Again, see if changing how you're holding yourself changes the effort. I find that kind of gripping my hands tighter together actually makes it a little easier. Stay with the breath. So inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. Good. How are we doing? Let's try to go 30 more seconds. Twenty. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You can do one more and release. Let go.
That was hard.
And just rest you can shake out your arms if you like, and then just rest your hands on your lap and just close your eyes for a moment. Let the blood flow. Really feel the heat between your shoulder blades. Enjoy the intake of breath. And just feel the muscles responding, that tightness, the warmth, and let them release as well. And you might be a little sore tomorrow. Really good to do if you ever feel like really tense, angry, kind of have that frustrated energy. It's really good to do. Okay, let's just take one hand over to the opposite knee. We'll do a gentle twist. You can use your back arm to kind of prop yourself nice and tall. Deep breaths and see if you can find that empty belly, bringing all that tissue up towards the rib cage. So there's a little bit of effort. And let's unwind back to center. And then the other way. Deep breath. Good, and then unwind back to the front. Okay, so we're going to come onto all fours and do some cat-cow. And so just let this be whatever you like. So if you want to just kind of shift your weight, if you want to do circles with your hips, however you want to approach this. Do what you can to really get into that space between the shoulder blades that we were working earlier with the cat stretch. Try all the different curves of the spine, up, down, side to side. And then you can take your time getting there if you're happy to keep moving a little bit more, but we're gonna meet in a child's pose. So you can have your arms forward, or you can have them wrapped around your body to the back. So see if you can push through with your breath so that you can breathe fully even though your belly is somewhat compressed here.
I got tickle. The more you open, the more it
tickles.
Yeah.
So as you're here, just keep allowing the tissue of the lower back and the hips to kind of drape towards the heels, lengthen the spine. When you're ready, just come back to all fours. Just check your knees are under your hips, your arms and your wrists and shoulders are about aligned. We're going to reach up with one hand or maybe the elbow into space, whatever is more comfortable for you. So there's a little bit of a twist. And just hold here. Notice what's having to work through the core, through the back as you hold that supporting arm. Breathe if you can, nice and full, so you can feel maybe some expansion through the ribs. Good, and then you can bring that arm under and through and then back up. So we're just going to do some flow here. Down to the floor and then back up into space. So open and close. With the breath, I exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, and then you can rest there for a moment. Use the supporting arm wherever it's comfortable. You can have it reached way overhead or right by the shoulder, or you can even tuck it around your waist. So whatever is more comfortable for you. And this is a tricky one, so notice where you're kind of holding yourself where you don't need to. So try to release excess tension in the hands, in the legs, in the feet. And still try to breathe as deeply as is comfortable in this position. Notice where the breath is wanting to go. Good, let's release that back to all fours. And then we'll do the other side. Okay, you all ready? All right, so reaching up with the other arm. Inhale and just hold. Notice what has to tighten to support you here. And then when you are in exhalation, you'll come down and through. And then inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time and then we'll hold. Inhale up. And exhale down. Find a comfortable place for your supporting arm. Try to find a weight through the legs that is equal on the right and the left, because the tendency is for the hips to shift. Imagine that cross-body line from the shoulder to the opposite hip. That's what we're stretching. Deep breaths. Good, and when you're ready to just come out, come back to all fours. And take a moment in child's pose just to feel through the tissues of the back and how that felt. And when you're ready, we'll come into a down dog, but instead of it being like a really rigid down dog, just make it very bent and kind of loose and floppy. So instead of trying to stretch everything to the maximum point, just kind of let it come back in and together. So I was realizing this morning that one thing that we don't do enough of in here is pigeon pose, so I thought we would do pigeon tonight. So what you're going to do is bring, if you can, just bring one knee forward and lay that leg on the ground. So I know it's kind of hard to see me because I'm on this dark surface and I have dark pants, but it's like, so the front leg is bent like that, yep. And the back leg is straight if you can. If you can't, you can be on the hip. The other thing you can do, and there's blocks behind you if you want, is use a block on the front hip. It just kind of helps you sit up a little bit. So you could do that if you wanted to. And then the other thing is you can roll onto the surface of the leg. So yeah, your body, when we're holding this, the body will be forward over that front leg. And, people will feel this in different places. So it could be that you feel it more in the long leg, and it could be that you feel it.
Yeah, I can feel nothing there, but it's very there.
On the bent leg side, yeah. So if it feels too deep, you can, like I said, you can use anything under, blanket, anything, feel free to grab some. And what's the other option? Yeah, just to just bring yourself onto the hip and bend this leg. Does that make sense, Paula? You can just nod or thumb up or thumb down. Okay, and so you're just kind of laying your trunk over that front leg. You can rest your hands on your head on your hands. If it comes down to the floor, that's fine. 2 fists can be nice. And just make sure that hip, wherever you're feeling it, is not like clenching and gripping to protect itself, because that's just gonna do the reverse of what we want it to do, which is to soften. Now, some variations are things that you can see if will make you more comfortable. You can bend the back toes and kind of reach that straight leg or back leg off the ground a little bit. And then the other thing you can do is, if you're not comfortable being over the leg, you can just use your arms to stand yourself up. And that might be more comfortable. So feel free. And then we're just holding here for another, 30 seconds or so. So to come out, if you use your hands to push your body upward, and then just allow that leg to drag back into all fours. We'll do another down dog to go to the other side. So nice kind of bent joints, not too stretchy. . And then bringing the other leg through. This side might be quite different.
Yeah, I think this side's going to be
Harder?
Yeah, I think so. We'll try.
And it's fine to be, this is considered like deer pose or
Okay.
a Z sit is fine if your legs are in a Z. And then once again, just decide how far down you want to be, either up, toes bent of the straight leg, or just flat. Just notice where your body might be holding away from discomfort. And again, just try to reposition yourself into a gentler position. And then feel free to come out at any time. If you can hold, just hold a little bit longer. This time to release, we'll come onto the belly. So let that leg just kind of slide behind you and
Feels nice.
good. Yeah, it's really deep. So just enjoy whatever sensation you're noticing through the legs, the hips. You can kind of rock if you want on your thighs. So notice any new sensations you might be feeling, or different sensations through the legs of circulation. Pigeon pose can also bring a lot of benefit to the lower back, so you might notice some difference in that area as well. Just allow your breath to connect you to the ground. Feel your chest supported. And just let the body relax after the effort. So for this next part of class, I'd like us to get into touch with the really heavy body. So there's no real right or wrong way to do this, but we're gonna use the ground to roll and massage the body. So you can use the feet to kind of give your body some direction to rock. You can put it more in through the buttocks and let kind of the buttocks reach to the ceiling and kind of flip you. You can explore more movements through the upper body and see where that leads you. So it's just an exploration of heavy turning on the ground as if you were, I don't know, some kind of, I don't know, I see bugs. You know when bugs are like stuck on their backs and they kind of try to roll over, but they don't get very far? Well, you're like that bug, only you do get far. And however you are moving, whatever surface is in touch with the ground, let that part be super heavy, as if you were paralyzed on that side of your body. Not a good visual, but and you might explore some twisted movements, hanging back with the upper body or the lower body. And then just notice that moment that the momentum takes the body to the ground. If I'm not hearing flopping, you're not heavy enough. It's kind of fish-like, fish out of water. And also notice how if you really allow the lower part of the body that's connected to the ground to be heavy and be like non-responsive, how you might end up falling kind of crumpled on yourself, and feel the weight of your body on that, whatever part of your body you might be falling on. Arm, thigh. And then just feel free to rest wherever you land. And then let yourself roll onto your back, centered on your mat. Just take a moment to integrate everything we've done so far. And then before we fall asleep, let's just do a little more with the legs. So just be kind of playful with the bottom half of the body. So you can swing your legs, you can extend them, you can do baby pose, work your ankles or toes, but just let it all be lower body kind of exploration in space. Go for sensation that feels good. And then curl into a nice little ball. So your knees to your chest, arms around your legs. If you would like to tuck your head towards your chest, you can add that component, or just stay with your head relaxed. I want to do some rocking, but you can stay still if you prefer. Let's cross the ankles now and see if you can grab hold of your toes or your feet somewhere. And can you, and you might not be able to, but can you surround your legs with your arms so that you can bring your feet back towards the buttocks? And here you can rock from side to side. And then go ahead and switch the cross of the legs and grab hold of your feet or ankles or wherever you can again. And then bring your feet back towards your bottom. And same thing, you can rock or you can just hold. back to the ground, constructive rest. Again, just feel the blood circulating. Notice any contraction that's left in the body. Notice any softening that's taking place or has taken place. And then let's bring the face into things. So take your fingertips and you're just going to press along the eyebrow from the inside to the outside. So notice how that's a place where lots of tension gathers as we concentrate or focus or try to understand something. Just let that tissue open and relax. And then find yourself at the temple, and you can make little circles there in each direction. Feel how the skin moves as one tissue. And moving to the under eye and around the nose. So you have one hand on each side of your nose. Just drag your fingertips from the inner eye down the side of the nose to the upper lip. And then you can continue down around the cheeks so the lips kind of flatten out towards the ears as you pull. Releasing all those smile lines and the tension of smiling. Into the jawline now. And you can work along the jaw with the fingertips. Let the teeth open and part. Good, and then let's rub the hands together. And then just cover the eyes as you lengthen your legs and get ready for Shavasana. If you need a blanket or anything, go ahead and cover yourself. Are you warm enough, Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And you can stay with your hands on your eyes as long as you like, or you can relax your arms, whatever you'd like. Just breathe and rest. Allow your body, your nervous system to release any stressors from the past day, week, or weeks. Feel yourself in space, safe, protected, quiet and still. In this moment, everything is okay. So just before we prepare to bring movement back to the body, just take a moment to find something that you're grateful for. Something you can feel deep appreciation for, and maybe even a smile in your heart. And let that smile or that feeling just kind of grow and spread through the body. And let that be the impetus to move your fingers and toes again. Taking any other movements you want as you come out. Go slowly, gently. Feel heart, breathe in nice and deep and hold, release when you need to. And then let's share Om Shanti. Om Shanti. 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 Om. Thank you. Wild. Oh, that felt good.
Yes, very good.
Good.
Very unexpected.
Unexpected.
Well, because I didn't think I was coming, did I?